Guys, welcome to our show. Scotty, Clary, and myself, Yosef Martin. We're going to go and kind of like go through points that Scott made. He's going to ask questions, and each one of them is going to be about 5 minutes episode. Scott?
Actually, I have a question before we actually start this.
All right.
Before, we can edit. That's me.
Sure.
I can edit whatever I want.
You can do whatever you want. We can leave this. This is natural.
What do you think is more valuable? Actually, I think I'm going to leave this in, so hopefully people give feedback. What's more valuable? Commentary on just-in-time content, like trending content and opinions on it, but with like a business lens, or like just, this is how you do this?
So I feel like if someone wants to create content and they ask themselves, what do I do? The just-in-time relevant topic
Actually,
for
here's
today.
a topic.
Or yeah, this is it, right? Or an evergreen content, how to, right? Some things are relevant forever. Some things you have to do it quick, right? So if we're doing the just-in-time, if you did it fast enough, do it. This is the difference between important and urgent. You need both of them. One of them is going to be quick right away because everyone's discussing, lots of searches, but not a lot of content providers. So it's all about be the first. All right? Be the first with your opinion, with your information, whatever it is. The second one, this way you ride a trend and you get yourself a lot of people. And if you do it right, when you strategize, when you don't just tactically talk about what they're saying, if it was about the balloon, the Chinese spying balloon right now, if you want to talk about this, but you have a business podcast, you have to have a business angle behind this. So the listeners who listen for the first time, who finds out because they were just searching about this, would go and look at this as a business opportunity, and they would retain those people and get them to download and save your podcast. You have to be smart about the way you position that if you have an angle. The second part is evergreen. You can take your time. You can perfect the content. No one is chasing you. I want to go and teach you how to bake a cake. Okay, that doesn't matter. I can do it today. I can do it next year, but I want to make sure that cake is going to go viral because of the value of the content that I bring. It's not about the timing. Everyone is talking about cake. No one is particularly searching to how to bake a cake. There are randomly some people that wants to do it. So I'll give you a cake and I'll come up with all my hooks and make sure that content would surpass everyone else. It's going to be sticky in a better way.
So you got to do the
Both.
answer is you got to do both. And I actually have an interesting story about somebody. So I think everybody understands the concept of evergreen because most content that most people make is evergreen, except for commentary and news and just-in-time focus. But another example of somebody really using just-in-time content really well, a friend of mine, every time a new action hero movie comes out, he spins up a website and it's a Superman action movie or an Aquaman or anyone. The website is Superman's top workout tips or Superman's tips, and he launches that. Or was that one of your friends or one of my friends? I can't remember.
No, but
you know this story.
I don't know the story. I know the
where
concept.
I heard it from.
I know the concept.
So I'll explain the concept more. So basically, when a movie comes out, you put out the website and you name it after the actor, like what's their workout tips for Thor, Liam Hemsworth for Thor, or anyone for Superman, or anyone for Aquaman.
I've seen those online because it was trending. That was the time.
And when the movie comes out, like the box office launch, you will get millions of hits on that website in a week, and you just monetize it with AdSense.
This is a marketer.
Yes.
And this is someone that has already a structure. Like, okay, I'm going to put Google AdSense on my website. I would create whatever it is. Maybe I sell workout equipment, whatever it is, right? He has that figured out. And he said, now it's all about momentum. When can I plug it in? I'll give you a perfect example where I was with BoxyCharm. Ipsy was my competition. And at the time where Michelle Fan and Promise Fan were working together in Ipsy as my competition, I was screening them all the time, and I want to give them credit because they did something phenomenal. Moana. If you search Moana transformation, Promise Fan, which is a relative of Michelle Fan, or the founder of Ipsy, did a tutorial of Moana transformation where she made herself look like Moana. She put a wig, she did a whole makeup look, and she looked for someone that looks like Maui. And she found this guy that, I gotta tell you, she told me, I found him and he looked just like Maui. He looks exactly like what you see in the cartoon, in the animated digital cartoon. And she did that transformation because he had the tattoos and he was Samoan. He was from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So, right? I think you call it Samoan.
Yeah, Samoan,
sorry. And it was just perfect. And it was at the right time. And just go and check the views on that YouTube videos. It was tens of millions of views. And then the behind the scene got another tens of millions of views. Insane. And then what they did was they were using all the Ipsy product. So where she was talking about what she did in the transformation, there were a link to Ipsy at that time. Now, most people that look at their competition, they don't analyze everything, right? I was analyzing the crap out of everything, and I saw it. And at the time before I sold to Ipsy, but then they left around 2017, they stopped working with Ipsy. So we became friends after that. And man, I had a lot of questions. I'm like, oh, we're going to talk. So we grabbed dinner. I would grab dinner with her and with Michelle Phan, and I had a lot of questions. And I really didn't know it was all coming from her because she was the content creator. And in my mind, I was thinking, Ipsy, corporate people, they probably thought about this sitting in a boardroom, kind of like with pencils. And, at that time, I didn't really work with bankers or I would say private equity people that turn entrepreneurs. I really thought it was them, and they just said, hey, this is the time, go and do it. And they
was it a
everything.
Full plan? Was it fully strategized?
No, it was all her.
It was all her?
It was all her. And then you find other people. I mean, I saw...
That's a good marketer.
Look, another one.
That's a good marketer, though.
Patrick Starr.
Yeah.
Patrick Starr is an influencer. There's Jeffree Star that everybody knows, but there's also another one that calls Patrick Starr. And he's also very big. A lot of people know Patrick Starr is, right? And he's a good guy. And he does these extreme transformations. He blew up in around 2016, 2015 when they started introducing short videos on Instagram, and he was doing transformations. But one thing that really blew him up, I mean, he was doing it so well, was that when Rihanna came with her makeup line Fenty, he brought in an influencer, I forgot her name, that looks like Rihanna. And he was using the song that was just trending with Rihanna, and he was doing a makeup look with all the Fenty product that's by Rihanna on her. And you look, and it's like, is that her? Is that not? And I can tell you that it
looked exactly
viral.
like her.
She looks just like her. I think she had to put contacts
That's
because
so good.
Rihanna's she's a light pigmentation in her eyes, I think, and I think she had to apply contacts. But everything else was just wow. She really
so
looks
good.
like Rihanna. So you have to facilitate, and creativity goes a long way, right? So for what you're saying over here is we're talking about urgent and important, right? Urgency is kind of like think of a wave that just pushes you so you don't have to push by yourself. Then you have those important that you need to keep producing, and that's the sticky content for people that keep coming to your site, to your page, and maybe it's going to come out viral for the other reasons other than momentum.
I love that.
Momentum is amazing.
All right. Okay, that's it for today. If you enjoyed, please subscribe on YouTube. If you enjoyed this podcast, you can download and listen to it wherever you get your podcasts or on liquidityandliquor.com.